Hello and a warm welcome to another video. This is just a short update on my 2004 Jaguar XKR rust repairs and refurbishment. So I went to see the car on the 7th of August. When I arrived, the car was outside. It was fully protected underneath the cover, and being a really nice and dry, unusually dry summer in the UK, that doesn't pose any problems, but it was fully protected. So to some, the progress might have seemed perhaps a little bit slow, but you need to consider that Carl has a lot of other work commitments, a number of contractual obligations every single week before he can work on the car, and seeing the amount of work that he has done to the car, I'm really quite happy and impressed. So the level of detail of Carl's work is really superb. He doesn't just cut the visible rust and rot out, he does the proper job. He will treat anything or cut anything out that's been uncovered. I do suspect that a number of cars that are labelled as fully restored perhaps don't have this amount of work done to them. But let's take the rear sill for example. It has the outer skin. There's a skin that just sits inside it with a small gap between them, and then you've got the inner sill as well. I suspect a lot of cars just have the outer sill replaced. That is commonly available on the open market, but the other elements are perhaps not as easily available and would need to be fabricated. Carl's done all of that where required, and hopefully that should mean that I don't get rust coming back there too quickly. I've heard of a number of people that have had cars restored. They do get the rust come back quite quickly, and although the nature of a Jaguar XK8, XKR, they do corrode and will continue to do so, and you're not going to stop that, especially for a car like mine that sits outside most of the time. But slowing it up and doing a good job at this stage hopefully will prolong the life of the vehicle and extend the time to the point where I'll perhaps have to pay for some more remedial work to be done. So on the note of quality of work and depth of work, I was lucky enough to go and see the car, but I can't stress how important it is, whoever does the work for you, that they send you certainly photos of the work that's been carried out and any videos. It's really good for evidence. If you want to go and sell the car, you can show to someone the work that's actually been carried out. And also it's really good for your own records for reviewing what's been done. It's interesting to look through as well. So Carl's been really good to me. He's sent me quite a number of videos. He's sent me hundreds of photos. I've included some in the video. This probably would be a good point to apologise for the quality of the video that I took. It's I don't want to make an excuse. It was a bright sunny day. I couldn't see the viewfinder very well or the screen. It was a brand new camera, and probably most importantly, I was just getting completely absorbed by looking at the work that had been carried on and chatting, that at times I actually forgot I was recording. So I'll show the video, I'll show what I've taken. There's a lot of chat between myself and Carl, and the things we were talking about, I've overlaid a lot of the photos that he's shown me really to show the condition of the car, and wherever possible it relates really well to what we're chatting about as well. So hopefully you'll enjoy it, hopefully you'll find it informative. If you do like the video, please subscribe to the channel, it's going to help it grow. But also please like the video or dislike the video. Give me some comments. I'm happy to read all of them, reply wherever I possibly can as well.
Yeah. Okay, so rather than put arches on, I'll put the lip on. Yep. As you've seen.
Yeah. Well, and it doesn't need arches. There's no point in taking.
No. And the thing is, it keeps the original line, and there's no distortion. You see. So.
Yep.
The inner arch, it's not actually joined to the outer arch.
Yeah.
There's about a 5mm gap.
Okay.
Which was just factory sealer, you see.
Yeah.
And although this slip had gone rusty, it was still solid, but just to eliminate any further rust,
Yeah.
I've cut it out. Here, obviously,
That
that corner gone in and outer.
Yep.
I took this off, as you probably saw from the photos.
Yes.
And put the lower section back on there, then welded it back on.
Yeah.
And that allowed me to clean all up underneath there as well, because that was very rusty.
Yeah.
These are the profile gauges I've been using. It's for the for the shape, but the thing is, it changes anyway as it goes up because of the nature of it.
Awkward.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I'm not surprised about this side, but I'd looked down there 2 years ago,
Yeah.
and I couldn't see anything.
Well, when
Which actually surprised me. I couldn't see
Yeah.
anything because I was expecting to see it.
yeah. Well, this side there's just a tiny little rust spot,
Yeah.
and obviously I investigated. And I cut that little tab out.
Yeah.
And then just extended it because obviously when I looked inside, you can see.
You can see it as well.
But where I've cut it is back to the right back to it. It's good metal, you see.
Yeah.
And what I've done on the inner, I've carried that. There's a flange that folds round,
Yeah.
but you can't do it all in one, you see, because of the shape.
Yep.
Because you've got a double curvature.
Yeah.
And I've done it so when it's all sealed and painted, it'll look original, you see, from underneath.
Yep.
I've got this side to do. I'll put a plate on there because that was rotten there. I'll put a plate on there.
Yeah.
But you can see the thickness of it as well. See how thick that is.
Yeah.
And obviously I've made the plates to go on. So all the plates are fabricated, just ready to go on.
Yeah. And obviously the lip as well.
Yeah, and the lip as well. But I've made the lip already.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm glad you can see that because how clean it is. Look, see.
Yep. That's pleasing.
And this is the side that was really rusty, but it wasn't rust. It was just the sealer, you see, that was holding the rust.
Yeah. So it's like holding more surface rust than it was.
Yeah, it was just surface rust,
but
and if you feel that, it's absolutely solid. You can just, you know, it's real thick gauge, so you've got no problem there. And it can only make it in one section because of the way the curve goes. You see.
Yeah.
I'm going to clean all this up anyway and investigate, you know, any flanges and stuff. This here, I'll put this on. I took a photo of that. That's just to surge protect. So if I do any welding, it doesn't harm the electrics.
Okay.
But because I've been opening the boot all the time, the battery gone flat anyway, so I had to recharge. It's charged up now anyway. So
Okay.
obviously all these little marks here
Yeah.
are dinks, and you can only see if you look down at you see. So
You got a better eye than me.
yeah,
I knew there was a couple. I think both sides. I think there was a couple just here that I'd seen, but oh yeah, I can see. I think it's one there, isn't it?
yeah, there's quite a pronounced one. I'll give it to you on the other side.
Yeah.
There's one there. I've just spotted another one. See that? You see
Yeah,
that?
I can see that.
So it's anything that's like that. And the thing is, as I say, you keep noticing things anyway because you constantly. And I haven't even started prepping yet.
No.
Yeah. So I'm estimating there's about another 2 days welding.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to skim this in.
Yeah.
Skim on there. Skim that in there. Just that little mark there.
Yeah.
There's a mark there for the
For the hole.
for the hole. Yeah. So there's all the bits that I've cut off.
Yeah.
Now you can see that was just surface rust, and you can see on the underside it's absolutely solid. But I cut it off just to eliminate it, you know. And those are what I use for the patterns for the other presses.
Yeah. That's the bad bit, isn't it?
Yeah, that was that bad bit. So, and obviously, you can see you've got a double curvature. You've got the curvature that way, and you've got a curvature that way, and then you've got the flute as well. So it was quite tricky to do.
As I said before, there's no way I could do any of that.
But I managed that piece. It's my little box of tricks. That's the other side. So you can see that, and those were quite. I mean, you can see how thick the steel is, and look how bad that had rusted through.
That really has, isn't it?
Yeah. And I've cut that off, and I've put that flange back on, up to there. So that would be this side, and I've kept that, you see, because it's got the datum on it, you see. And if you see there, look, I've still got the old marks. You see that? So when I put that onto there. Yeah.
The thing that's pleased me more than anything is when you've taken things apart. There hasn't been major horrors behind it.
No.
You just never know, do you?
No. Now the only thing is, inside there's a lot of surface rust inside the cells. Yeah. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to absolutely pump it with anti-rust fluid, and then leave that for a few days, and then wax oil. And we'll wax oil it. And when I wax, I mean, when I did Steve's, I did his van in there. And,
I'll tell you what he told me.
Yeah.
He said when you drive the car away, he said the wax oil will still be dripping out.
Yeah. And I absolutely pumped it in. I thinned it down. No, I didn't thin it down because it was really hot weather. I remember it was in the summer, and it was just dripping out, you know. And I got all these drip trays, and then I put it all back into a tin, and then I pumped it back in again, you know, just to make sure that it was done properly.
If nothing else, it gives it a lot more life and slows things up.
Yeah. But the thing is, whenever I always work methodically and professionally. I don't cut any corners, and that's what I want you to understand. You know, you get a proper job.
I understand that.
You know,
that's one of the reasons I came to you.
Yeah.
Because I knew it was going to be done right.
Did you see the pictures of the Mini that I did for Steve?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And
it was a no-brainer to come to you rather than somewhere else, but you just don't know what you're going to.
But it's great because now you're here, you can offer like a personal service. You can talk people through it. Whereas if it goes to a body shop, it's a bit anonymous, and you know, you drop it off and pick it up, and that's it. But I'm glad that you're here at this stage, because you can see it all as it is. You know.
Yep.
He's about 20 minutes away.
That's cool.
Okay.
Gives me a chance to get a lot of video.
Yeah, that's fine. Well, did you cover on the hub?
Well, nothing's been done on that, is there?
While he's been welding, I think, to protect it.